Hello, my beautiful friends. This is Tracy. I am so glad that you are here, guys. I am so excited because I have some brand new Christmas in July crafts and creations to share with you today. I'm going to tell you all of the details. I'm also teaming up with some fellow YouTubers. I'll tell you about that a little bit more later. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. This sweet project is using this red bird Merry Christmas print from my friend Summer over at Hammons Nest. I'm going to also use this rustic frame that I got at the Hobby Lobby clearance. I'm also going to be using some greenery and some other things as well. So the first thing I did is this frame was on clearance at Hobby Lobby, and I paid $8 and something for it, but it's a very heavy, it's very well made, and I picked up several of them to do projects like this with these. So I just used my little upholstery kind of tool that helped me get out those staples, and then also used my heat tool to take off those stickers on the back so that I had a very clean surface. All right, so then for the scrapbook paper, I wanted something a little bit more subdued. So I pulled this 12 by 12 sheet out of my stash that had, it kind of had a design on it, and it also looked like it had some faded music sheet in the background. So I wanted that, and it looks like it was a little distressed on the edges. So I'm cutting it down, and I'm going to just be kind of putting it together kind of as a puzzle, and I'm going to be Mod Podging that on this surface, and then I'm just going to be having that as my background. For the cardinal Christmas print, again, I got this over at Hammons Nest. I will have a link for it in the description box if it's something that you're interested in. And what I did is it's already sized to an 8 by 8 inch. So I just printed it out on my computer, just on some ivory cardstock. Now, what I did is just rip around the edges just to give it that jagged edge. Then I'm taking my vintage photo distress ink that I use quite a bit and going around the edges just to give it additional distressing. Then I take my distressing tool, which just has a little blade in there, and it just really provides some extra distressing on my cardstock. So I like that look, and if it's something that you're interested in, I have it listed in my Amazon storefront. Now I wanted to kind of have the red bird, stand out a bit, so I just took my black Sharpie fine point marker and just went around the edges of the bird just to bring it out just a bit. Now, to have him, I wanted him to be the highlight, just to really get, he's the focal of my whole design. So I have my Glossy Accents. This is just something, it's kind of like for embellishments. And so I just taking a paintbrush and just painting some of that on. It's just clear, and it just really gives a nice finish to your project. And so I'm going to actually put a little bit of glitter on the entire thing. And so I wanted to use the snow swirl glitter for my cardinal, and then the ultra fine thin glitter for the whole process. And so there is a process to my madness, or a method to my madness. Anyway, so I'm just sprinkling that glitter on there, and then we're going to move on to putting the frame together. And I'm going to go ahead and put that frame in there first before I position and figure out where I want to put my red bird cardinal on there. And this project is just coming together so nicely. And I just pulled out some greenery that I had on hand and just putting pieces of that in each of the corners, just stapling that on. And this frame is very thick, so I didn't have any issues with attaching this to that frame. And I am just loving doing crafts with red birds ever since I lost my dad last November. I am comforted by the sweet red birds that are that hang out around my mom's house and actually around my home. And so I just feel close to those sweet birds. I just really feel that it just kind of it's God's way of letting us know that our loved ones are near. And I'm just so appreciative. And thank you to everyone who leaves sweet comments on my videos, shares your story, shares a little bit about your loved one that you lost and how these sweet red birds leave you comfort or give you comfort as well. So I have this 1.5-inch ribbon that I had on hand, and it's just red with some gingham on the edges. So I thought that it would be a nice accent for this piece. So I just staple it in the middle and then gather it just there with some just a sparkly pipe cleaner. And then I'm just going to make just to kind of have it finished in the middle. I just cut off a piece of that ribbon, then glue that there in the middle. I'm going to be making 2 of these bows like this, one at the top and then one at the bottom. You can see it on the finished picture. And I just staple everything to the, like I said, to the frame. It didn't have any issues with that because these frames are very, very well made and very thick. So of course I had to pull out some of my favorite fine Excelsior just to add a bit of that bit of whimsy, just really warms my heart. And I'm so appreciative to have created this with you, my sweet friends, here today. Friends, today is a collaboration with some fellow YouTubers. This is hosted by Liyana DIY, and I was excited when she asked me to be the guest designer with this fabulous group of talented creators. There will be a playlist link in the description box below so that you can just go in order, find the loop, and you can watch all of the videos. And if you're not already subscribed, you will want to subscribe to these sweet, talented ladies. And Liyana, thank you so much for asking me to participate in today's collaboration. All right, let's go ahead and get on to the rest of the video. These rustic Christmas burlap pocket decor are using some of these burlap pockets and these wooden pieces. Now, the burlap pockets, I picked those up at Hobby Lobby during their clearance sale. I got 10 of these for $2.49. So don't skip out on that wedding section because sometimes we can find some cute decor in there, especially when they have it on clearance. All right, so the wood pieces are the rectangle. They have a bit of a jagged edge, and those are from the wood pile section. There are 4 of them in a pack. The scrapbook paper that I'm using is the Winterberry paper stack. This is an 8.5 by 11. So I'm just cutting these down because what I'm going to do is just be ripping a Christmas tree. I want that jagged edge, and so that's what I'm going to be doing. First, before, just to get my wood slats, I give them a little color. I did use my antique wax, which is a Waverly brand, and just a baby wipe, and then gave that color on both sides of those wood slats just to give it that rustic brown look that I like. And then here back to my trees, I am just picking 2 of the patterns that I like, and then I just rip them down. Now I'm using my vintage photo distress ink and then just going around those jagged edges just to give it some distressing. And also I am using that vintage photo distress ink just to give it a little bit of definition on each one of my wood boards. And so I'm be making a little rustic pocket and to give a bit more of that rustic jagged edge, I'm using my paper distresser. Now, this is something that I've had. It has a little blade in it, and I'm just going around the edges of each of those trees just to give it a little bit more of the distressing. All right, to decorate my tree a bit, I have some pip berries here, and so I am just cutting off pieces of those and just wrapping them around the tree. And then to actually glue those trees onto the wood slats, I'm just using just some glue, some hot glue, and that kind of thing. I just put it in the middle because I want those edges of that tree to stick up and be very rustic. And so I do that to each one of those. Now I have some of these rusty stars. Now I had actually got these from Hobby Lobby in the miniature ornament section. And so they are like little Christmas ornaments for little mini trees, but I took off that wire and then just used the star just like that. And I used my little clamp to hold those until they all dry. So I'm just taking my black Sharpie marker and then just going around the edges just to give it a little bit of definition, because I love the way that the black marker just makes my projects pop. And I like a little bit of sparkle, so I just take my adhesive spray and my little glitter and give that little sparkle to those rustic trees there. Now, to attach the pocket to my little wood slat, I just put some glue on it. I'm just using my Stiffen Quik type bond glue as well as some hot glue. Then just stick that board in there. And then for just to decorate the pocket itself, I just have just a lot of different pines and greenery. I kind of went through my stash and I said, oh, this will work. And so I'm just putting some of those in there, kind of adding just a little bit of bulk at the bottom just to give my pocket some substance and so that it has a lot of form. So these right here, this is just depending on what supplies you would have, will depend on what you can decorate your pocket. I am very country Christmas. I'm very rustic. I love all of the whimsy details of like pip berries and all of the just wispy greenery and just the different colors, the different textures and all of that. But I am here to encourage you, to inspire you to just do something. If this is something that you're interested in, match it to your style or your decor. Now, I do sell my items at a local gift shop. My sister owns a furniture store in my hometown of Brenham, Texas. And so that's why I am making many of these at one time, because the season is going to be coming up and I'm sell these in the gift shop. And so this is just a little decor that is not over the top, and it just kind of matches what my style, and then also what our customers do like to have. So my point is just to encourage you, to inspire you. You know, if you do craft shows or if you want to make gifts, these make perfect gifts. If you don't have, if you want to like make gifts or buy gifts on a budget, this is just something that I want to encourage you to do. All right, so then once I get my pockets filled with the different greenery and just kind of glittery wood pieces and that kind of thing, I have strips of homespun fabric that I'm going to be tying a bow in the front. And then I did use my Stiffen Quik spray on that homespun just to give it a little bit of form so it's not so flimsy. And I get my homespun at Walmart or either Hobby Lobby, but I do have an online shop that is called Jubilee Fabric that has beautiful homespun patterns and they ship directly to your door. Now, to add the hanger, I am just punching holes in the top of the wood slat, and then I just have a homespun hanger that I put on there. Then I just made a little tag, just a Christmas tag to go along with these, just to kind of give it that extra bit of whimsical touch. And I just absolutely love the way that these turned out.